Hello, my virtual enthusiasts, and welcome to another episode of EVW Universe. My name is Kalani, and I'm super excited to bring you this video today. Today, we are going to be discussing mainland versus rentals and how land works in Second Life. This is a well requested video as well as a well requested blog post. I recently wrote a blog on it and I wanted to make sure I gave a visual as well. Today, I have my alt helping out with this. So my actual regular avatar can sit in the corner and look pretty and be my face today. I do not edit my videos, just like my blog posts. Everything is raw, so do keep that in mind. The reason why I do this is because I want to make sure you're seeing Second Life in its own element as a virtual world itself. And if you enjoy, how everything looks, then it might be the virtual world for you. If it's something that doesn't look like it's up to your, expectations, then why get into something that you don't necessarily like? So I like to be as transparent as possible. Not to mention, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect, and so neither are my videos. I don't like to sugarcoat anything. I just like to create videos to help those that are out there doing their thing. So, with that said, let's go ahead and jump right in. So, I'm going to go ahead and cover rentals first. So, I currently rent this land from Coral Estates. I rent land as well as own mainland, so I do both. I really enjoy renting because I feel you can get more prims for the size that you buy. So, for example, when you are renting a parcel, you are renting from a landlord, somebody who already pays Second Life for a full sim. So, a full piece of land, they pay for it monthly with real US dollars. And when they pay for that land with real US dollars, then they separate the land into different portions and then rent it out to other people who then pay a specific amount each month, and then that those lindens can be transferred into regular US dollars to pay the entire land rent of 249 US dollars per month. To set up a full sim, it is $600 as a starting fee. So as you can see, it can get pretty expensive. And then $249 a month is nothing to gawk at either, because that's a lot of money, you know? So renters find this to be a more cost effective way to own a piece of land in a private area where there is typically a covenant. Now, these covenants tell you what you can and cannot do on the land. For me, I just need something simple. I just like to create spaces and interior design specifically. So I don't do anything extravagant that would warrant me to break any, bonds of a covenant with any type of rental. Like for example, might as well do like a small mini house tour here. This is my mansion, by the way. Oh, look, there's my avatar in there. Hi, Kalani. So as you can see, this is like the gaming space, but we're not gonna get too deep into that. I'll do a home tour at a later date. This is just specifically about land. Um, so to kind of give you an idea, I'm gonna zoom out. This house fits a 4,096 square meter parcel specifically. But my land is 16,384 square meters with 5,000 prims. Now, I want to show you guys something because this will help you guys understand what prims are. So, I'm going to go ahead. Well, it won't let me place objects there, so give me 1 second. I got to go back down. We're going to go back down onto the land. Okay. As you can see, there's a lot of space for me to do whatever I want here, so I love it. So, a little lesson on prims here. This square equals 1 prim. This triangle equals 1 prim. This sphere equals 1 prim. Sorry, that's a triangular prism if you want to be exact. Each of these is 1 prim each. 1 prim equals 1 object. Now keep in mind some objects have more than 1 prim. For example, these trees. These trees equal 16 prims. Okay? That is because they are made up of 16 individual pieces of these shapes that you see right here. Now, each prim, you can see it here as well. One object is selected. Land impact equals 1. The remaining capacity that I have of 5,000 prims is 3,908. So that kind of gives you an idea of how prims work. So small little mini lesson there. But I spend 3,335 U- lindens, which is the equivalent of 60 US dollars. That's 60 US dollars per month to rent this part of Second Life. Okay. So I spend that much for this land to basically have a piece of a cloud server to create and do whatever I would like with it. So as you can see, I've decorated it to my liking. I'm still working on it. It is a work in progress, but I do enjoy renting my land because it is more cost effective that way. But there are some downsides to renting land, and those specific downsides are the following. You are giving your money to another person who already owns the parcel and pays Linden Lab monthly for it. That means that if for some reason they need to get rid of this land and you pay in advance, that means that they don't have to refund you back your money if they don't want to. If they have other parcels available, sometimes they will move you to keep your business. But there are some land rentals in which, they get rid of the land entirely or they stop doing it, in which case, whatever money you paid cannot be reimbursed. Okay. However, it is a risk at that point that you're willing to take. And unless it's listed in the covenant, then yeah, probably not going to happen. You're probably not getting your money back. So, land rentals come with a small risk. It's not a very large risk if you go with somebody who's been renting for a really long time. For example, I rent from Coral Estates, who have been in Second Life since 2007. And, their covenant is all I need at this time. So it's not, out of control. You have creative freedom. That's the whole idea of renting land, is for that creative freedom, to have that canvas to put things down on, to spend time with friends in a private space where you don't have to explore all of Second Life if you don't want to. It gives you a space to call your own. Um, Now, with that said, let's go ahead and switch gears and talk about mainland a little bit, right? So I also own a little piece of the mainland, which we can see from here. This is the map, by the way. So for my newbies out here, they're just kind of taking a look and seeing if Second Life is the vibe for them. Um, this is the world map. It is huge. Every little dot that you see here is a sim or one like large piece of land. As you can see, it is wide. There is a lot. So mine is here on the mainland. I have a premium membership. My premium membership is $100 per year, and I get 1,024 square meters I can do as I please with. So that's always super nice. Yeah. So let's go ahead and we can click this. I literally got distracted a moment ago. Oh my goodness. Distractions, they're everywhere. But okay. So as you can see, this is my mainland parcel, which by the way, for Halloween, please, if you would love to come over and get a free piece of candy, please do. I did this as something that I always do per year wherever I am, whether on the mainland or renting a parcel. I always make sure to open up a little portion in each place to go ahead and, set up something like this. So basically, this is a clickable candy raiser. You can come and get a piece of candy, and oh my gosh, I love it. I love bringing cheer to Second Life during any holiday. But so Mainland, how Mainland works is you have a parcel very similar to before, right? But look, you are one of these tiny squares. These are each individualized, sectioned off areas that could be yours on the mainland. Mine, as you can see, is that tiny one that is right there. 1,024 square meters. That gives you 351 prims to work with. I have used 295. Now, things are a little different with mainland because it's a bunch of like actual land connected to one another. So it gives you the opportunity to explore places, to explore other people's creativity. For example, let's walk down here, right? By the way, this parcel is for sale if anyone wants it. You can be my neighbor. But some people have band lines, which allows you to go on the parcel or not, and some people don't. This home, I don't think anyone's here right now, but this is somebody's home. I don't want to go in and disturb the peace, but somebody, paid for this parcel and now they have their home on it. You know, this is a road that is owned by Linden Labs, so you cannot edit it or anything like that, but you'll see people driving on this road. There are people who drive it. There's actually even a little bus. Like, there's actual transportation here that gets you all around the island. I thought this was like a really cool place. I didn't know about the transportation beforehand, but you'll see like little pods come by like all the time, and it's really cool. This stuff's like really cool. I want to keep up the mainland map just in case because I don't want to like enter somebody's land when they're here. That would be kind of rude. Um, like here, this is somebody's land. It's like their own estate. They literally bought an entire piece of land. Let's actually see how big this is. Parcel details. Oh yeah, look at this. 18,432 square meters. That means they paid a lot for this. So, what you have to do when buying land, I don't want to go too much further as this is somebody's actual land. I mean, nobody's on it currently, but I want to be that person. So, we're going to come here. So, if you open up the map, one thing about mainland is you have to buy the land first and then you pay a monthly fee on that land dependent on the set price that Linden Labs has set. Okay. So, for example, let's say, oh, I really like this parcel. This is a way to find land, by the way. If it's yellow like this or has a little dollar sign, it's for sale. Now, this is a 12,336 square meter parcel for 45,678 lindens. This is for sale. So you can actually buy that. So you would have to buy the land and then pay the parcel. So pay the parcel fee. And that's a monthly fee. So for example, if you're paying for a 4,096 square meter parcel, that's about $22 a month. Two Linden Labs, if you're paying for a 12,386 square meter parcel, that's about $60 per month to Linden Labs. I pay about 66, but I get more prims. You don't get as many prims when you rent or sorry, own mainland than you do when you are renting, but it also comes with security. And what I mean by security is if your land will always be here as long as you pay for the fee per month, it will always be yours. It's not going anywhere. So, unless Second Life, shuts down completely, your land is your land at that fee every single month after you buy it at the original price that the land is set. There are land auctions, but really, mainland, you can do whatever you want with, and you got to be careful with this because sometimes there are eyesores in the area or places that do not kind of match the vibe as everything else. Luckily, by the grace of God, everybody over here is a pretty good decorator, and so there aren't any major eyesores like a tower that doesn't match or anything like that. Everyone has decorated pretty modestly over here, so I got really, really lucky. Also, because all this land is together, you can explore other places, so other people's creations. I'm gonna fly over. Like, for example, I found this really cool library the other day, and they actually bought this land for this library. And, like, I think that door was open from the last time I was here. Oh my goodness. Like, there's a little coffee shop in the back. Like, this is a really cool, little place that somebody created for everybody. And they kept it in terms of like band lines. So that means that anyone can visit it, anyone can walk around it, everyone's welcome. If you see band lines, it'll be yellow and it won't allow you to enter the parcel. But yeah, see how everything's connected? Like, watch this. Okay, so you're flying, you're flying. You see how we just went into another space, another sim? So we started with one, now we're at two, and then it keeps going and going. You have the opportunity to explore a bunch of areas in one section. And these are all creations that people built, but in terms of like eyesores, this would probably be one of them. Like, I'm so glad I live where I live. The First Presbyterian Church of Elvis the Divine is literally an Elvis church. I actually went into this. It's actually quite funny. It's hilarious. I don't know who the hell made it, but it's quite funny. I feel like they're trolling us though. But yeah, and then you come back over here. As you can see, these signs cannot be moved. The trees cannot be moved. All that is owned by Linden Labs to make the place look nicer. But my place is primarily residential. Now, really, it's all based on opinion, whether or not you want to pay Linden Labs or if you want to pay a landlord. There is a little more security and it is a little more safe to go the Linden Lab route with the mainland, but you do get less prims to use. Rentals, I always suggest going for someone who's been around for a while, so like Coral State since 2007, or the Chungs. We're talking about Lorena Chung, Surreal Chung, Jessica Chung, Miriam Chung. We call them the Chungs. They own a lot of parcels and they are a huge Second Life renter. They have been around for a really, really long time. They even have their own website called Ansheks, ANSHEX.com, where you can look at all the parcels that are available amongst all the chunks that are selling land. So that, and no, I am not advertising for them. I'm just saying they are a big Second Life renter, and I've had experience with them. But because of that, they sometimes have deals on land that is left over. Coral Estates is a cheaper option, which I love. I have no qualms with it. I've been renting from them for about 2 years now. And another one I've rented from is Real Good Friends, otherwise known as RGF. And they are a German rental company who is very good. I used to work for Zotec Islands. Now their customer service isn't the best. I'll be honest. I used to work for them. Their customer service actually sucks. Unless they got new people who are nicer, they are hard sales. So if they see you pop on the island to look at land, they're in your inbox immediately. So unless you're okay with that, maybe not the best place to rent from, but not saying that you shouldn't, but I'm just saying they can be a hard sale. Um, but yeah, that's the differences and all about mainland versus rental properties. I hope this has helped you on your journey and selecting which one might work best for you. I prefer rental properties if you're looking for a space like a canvas to be as creative as possible, as you do a lot of the times get more prims in those cases. But if you're looking for stability and something to be around for a while and you don't mind the minimal prims, mainland could be a great option for you, especially if you find a nice parcel around a residential area with a lot of people who actually know how to decorate. It can be an extremely rewarding and great experience. And being able to go from place to place and see other people's creations is really fun. But you can also just teleport to a mainland destination and explore as well. There are different routes you can go. But like I said, I hope this helps, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.